Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chisom. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. It's been a long time since I created any I made any video, and you will know the reason in this video. Okay, so stay tuned. Usually I would start off like giving the like what's it called, a brief recap of like what we're going to be talking about, all of that. But this video is a little bit different. It's just going to be like a Q&A while I get ready. So it's like a get ready with me. This is the first get ready with me I've ever filmed, so I know I'm looking a little bit scary, little Mary Magdalene. God, why did I just diss Mary Magdalene? I'm looking a little bit, crusty, but all of that's going to change because we're doing like a whole makeup thing while I talk to you guys, okay? So obviously the first question is, Chisom, where have you been? Why did you stop filming? All of that. And honestly, I got into uni. That's what happened. I'm going to be using the camera as my mirror or whatever, because I cannot be multitasking and looking at like another direction as I'm answering, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. So I got into university, which was, first of all, the university that I got into wasn't even really like on my mind, you understand? Like, that's not even, I don't know, I wasn't thinking about going there. So when I got in, I was like, oh, okay, you got into uni. And if you know me, you know that that's been like a prayer request for a long time for me to get into uni. And originally, the course they gave, I'm putting the makeup stuff on my hand. The course they gave me wasn't the course I wanted. So they gave me human anatomy, and I wanted to study medicine. But like, as time went on, I was able to switch to the course that I wanted to study, which was medicine, which is another huge testimony on its own, because that usually doesn't happen. You don't just switch to another course in the middle of the semester, like what? So God gave me admission, and then he gave me the exact course that I wanted to do. Now that's why I've been so busy, like the chaos, the chaos. Forgive me if I'm looking scary. It's a process, trust me. So like, I'm just dabbing my foundation. I don't know. I don't even know whether I do makeup properly, but this is how I do my makeup. Yeah. So I'm just dabbing like the foundation into parts of my face that I haven't, like, what's it called? I didn't put concealer on. And yeah. So during that time, I was so busy. I didn't have time to, like, what's it called, to film or do any other thing. I was just really, really focused with school and everything. And it was an interesting time, to be sure, because I've never had like the uni experience before or anything. So man, the beginning was tough. I remember my first day, I cried because I didn't have friends. It was very, 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 very hard. The beginning parts of like being in uni was very tough because I didn't know anyone, and on top of that, like, you have no friends. You have like, you're literally on your own a lot. And I was also coming from home, so that was like huge in itself. Yeah. So all this is happening, and I just couldn't find time to record or anything. So that's where I've been. And medicine on its own is challenging. What was your biggest testimony from last year? I would say my biggest testimony from last year was getting into uni and getting like my admission the way I did. My second biggest testimony of last year was God giving me like people who helped me in the beginning parts of university, because again, I was struggling. I struggled. Like, God helped me with people who actually liked me and were like, who actually cared about my well-being or whatever. I'm using a toothbrush, don't come for me. So God really helped me during that period. during that period of time. He gave me people who were like good people who actually cared about me, and those people helped me through tough times. So the third question, I'm sorry, I did this part off camera because I couldn't talk and line my lips at the same time. But the third question was, what are your hopes for 2024? And my hopes for this year have been like, a lot of them have been so personal to me, because I feel like what God is doing in my life right now is taking me from a place of like, what's it called, of a place of like isolation to a place of being like, what's it called, like being put on a, not really on a pedestal, but taking me from a place of isolation to outside. You know, the way I thought Christianity worked was that for me to be Christ-like, for me to be like God, I needed to be alone all the time, and I needed to just be in my room and everything. But God is really showing me that for me to have an impact in the world, I have to be outside, and I need to be talking to people, and I need to be making an impact on people. So yeah, I feel like even in this season right now, God is showing me that He has bigger plans for me. I just need to step into what God has for me. Recently, I've been rocking this look. I just like the simplicity of throwing on like a plain something and then having like nice makeup on, just giving that clean, nice, simple vibe. Yeah, so that's what I've been on recently. The fourth question is like, what are your plans for your channel this year? So obviously last year I neglected my channel during the latter part, like I didn't upload or anything because I was so busy. But now I'm prioritizing uploading more because I don't want to continue to pursue perfection over progress. I can't wait to share my experiences and everything that has been happening. Yeah. So that's basically it. So guys, I went to school and school took up a lot of my time. So I haven't really had time to, film and get stuff together. But this year, I'm going to do better. I am. We're nearing the end of this video. Yeah. The reality is that God is always moving in our lives. We just have to sit down. We have to sit down and look at like the trajectory that God has for us. This season, God has been showing me so much about leaning on Him and learning to depend on Him and His plan. So I hope and pray that I can follow God and His leading through this season. Okay? I pray that God blesses you. I pray that God gives you the desires of your heart. I hope you flourish. I love you. Bye.